Well, Becky, I can tell you I ran over here to the Bureau. I live just a couple minutes away. We are in the heart of Seoul, and police are on their phones calling each other, calling families and loved ones, asking what is going on. To say that this has thrown the country into disarray is perhaps the understatement of the evening right here. As you mentioned, an unplanned televised address saying that martial law is needed in this bastion of stability in East Asia in order to weed out the country of pro-North Korea, quote unquote, pro-communist forces. Certainly, the government of Yoon Suk-yeol, conservative politician here in South Korea, very weak since he was elected into office several years ago. The opposition now, the leaders of the opposition forces heading to parliament a couple kilometers away from where we're broadcasting at the moment, saying that this is an illegal move and doing what they can in the next few hours to reverse this. So Becky, the country finds itself in a state of martial law for the first time since the era of military dictatorship ended in the 1980s.
Tell us a little bit more about that, what this means for the United States region. As we know, the United States has a mutual defense treaty with South Korea. It has several military installations there.
Yeah, so the relationship between the United States and South Korea, right? It's a treaty relationship. We have a nuclear umbrella over South Korea, stemming from the war. And we have troops on the ground, as Cedric was explaining in the last segment, tens of thousands. And so our relationship, the Biden administration has put a lot into this personal relationship between South Korea President Yoon and Biden and the then Prime Minister Kishida of Japan, to have a trilateral relationship, because we see, as the United States, a real interest in having these two powers in East Asia, who have been at loggerheads since World War II, having these two countries being united and part of our alliance to stand up to China and to manage the North Korean crisis. And now all of that is potentially really up in the air, because the opposition leader of South Korea has actually come down very hard on President Yoon being too close to the United States.